Today, I'm going to share a story that is well documented in Taiwan. It's about the case that a girl that was resurrected into another person's body. It's a very special story, and especially it happened in this lifetime that I can see instead of seeing on the news that I've seen this person on TV. Obviously, now she passed away since 2018, but there's a lot of documentary and news and stories about her surrounding her because a lot of people are very curious about it. So I have enough resources to search for and to talk about the story. So the story happened in 1949. It's under the time that China was going through a lot of wars. And the city that's called Jinmen, that's really close, it's at the shore of China, that's really close to Taiwan. This woman called Wuling Wangyao, she is a wife, she has kids, she has a daughter and a son, and 40-something years old, but she was really just sick in bed. And they're from Taiwan. She was so sick in bed that she stayed in bed for more than 20 days. And the doctor has told their family that, you guys should just get ready for her pass away. So prepare for the funeral and everything. So that's when the husband and the kids were by her bedside trying to say goodbye on the 21st day. But what happened is that was at midnight. After a while, she woke up. First of all, a different accent. And second of all, she looks like she's all healed. She sit up and people are like, wait, Wu, are you okay now? And she woke up and she's like, I'm not Wu. I'm Zhu Xiu Hua. So we all call her Zhu. She's like, I'm Zhu. I'm not Wu. And I'm actually 21 years old. I'm not your daughter. I'm coming from Jinmen. It's a city that's in China. That's very close to Taiwan, off the shore in China. Explain to them that basically she's saved by one of the gods that was located in that neighborhood to help her resurrected. So the story goes that, she's coming from Jinmen, as you can see on the map, that Jinmen is very close to Taiwan, but it's actually not easy to get there. But at that time, she's coming from a really well-built family. Family's kind of rich. It was going through a lot of wars and it was chaotic. And her family told her that, you need to go with your mother, carry all the things you guys can take, go on this boat with all the rest of the people who are trying to get away and move to Taiwan. You guys should just go because here is not a safe place for you guys to stay anymore. You guys need to go. So after saying goodbye, they took all the things that they could, some jewelry and some stuff. She and her mother stepped on this boat, hoping to float to the shore of Taiwan one day. Now, there's a lot of people actually didn't make it on the boat. And a lot of people were also sick. But what's miracle is that she and her mother almost made it by the shore of the Taiwan. It's very close. And when they are almost there, they saw couple guys who was like a fisherman, and the fisherman saw them, obviously see they're wearing very expensive jewelry and stuff, so they took all their stuff. Zhu begged them please save me and my mother. I can be your wife. I'm only 18 years old. I can be your wife. Let me be your second wife. Let me just take care of you. I will pay you with my life, but please save us, But there's 3 guys, and 2 of the guys didn't want that because they all have their family. They don't want to have a wife, and most importantly, they don't want to save her. So they took all their jewelries and threw her off the boat and drowned her. Now, the thing about Zhu is that she died really young. After she died, she visited the temple that was really close to where she died. And the temple has 3 gods. She was crying to them. She's saying, I shouldn't die this young. And she has been a vegan all her life. She's a very good person, loves animal. And she just trying to beg the gods to give her a second chance and just crying this is not what I'm supposed to get. I'm not supposed to die and this is not fair. After testifying and scanning through, I guess, from the gods' view, the 3 gods decided to give her one of the kind chance to resurrect her. But there is one demand. They told her that we will help you to resurrect and find somebody who's dying soon, and you can go to that body and wake up from that body and you will live through that person. You can get resurrected. But the only thing we ask you is that after you woke up, you will tell your story and tell people to be a good person, spread kindness, and just help as much as you can. Just like that. She agreed. So that's when Wu Li Wang Yang lay in the bed, saying goodbye, and then woke up with another person, which is Zhu. She's already resurrected successfully in this body. She died in 1949, right? But when she was actually resurrected into the body, that was already 1958. So it took a while. Of course, in the beginning, a lot of people cannot believe that. All their friends, the husband's friends, people who know about her, cannot believe, like, really? But also, it's strange that she just recovered like she's all good. The never was sick. And the most crazy thing is that she has a different accent. She has the accent completely different from what she originally was. And her accent was from Jingmen, where she said she was from. Before, she would dress very simple, but now she would have a sense of like style. She would dress like dress, and she would dress things like she would never dress before. Before, she was like a housewife, just dealing with a lot of housework. But after that, she started to handle a lot of her husband's work, because her husband then opened a shop, and then she was dealing with a lot of like finance, a lot of business. She was dealing a lot, like completely different person and personality and everything else. So slowly, people around her starting to believe that, wow, she really is somebody who was resurrected into this body, and she is really who she says she is. From her perspective, in the beginning, when she just resurrected into this old woman's body, she was really not used to it, because when she died, she was young. She was only 18, 19. But when she woke up, she was already 40 years old, and she has 2 kids. She remembered that what she promised about the gods. So she literally just took the role of the woman who was supposed to do. So she was taking care of her kids. She just gave up about, searching, having another life. Forget about that. She was just being the role, playing her role of being a good wife and good mother. In the beginning, of course, she was not adjusting. She was feeling very sad. She still have the memories of back of before she died, what happened, how she was murdered, and she was very sad. And every time she think about that, she will start to go to the temple and to stay with the gods there, and to just like calm herself, kind of meditate. She just feel healing to be there. And slowly she will start to go to temple more often, and slowly she will start to help people who come to the temple ask for help. And people notice that she started to have this ability to read future for people, and see she can understand people without even talking to them. She will see what kind of problems this person has, and she will just help to solve them. But it's not like every person she can save. There's one person that really took a toll on her that she was not able to save, which is this couple, very young couple, come to this temple visit. And she saw him, this young boy. She saw that he needs to do a cleanse on his back, because some bad luck is coming at him. So she said, hey, young boy, eat this fruit. She has a banana. She said, hey, yeah, take a banana and, eat this fruit. It will help you get rid of the bad luck and bad karma. But the boy didn't take it, and he didn't believe that. And eventually the boy passed away on a car accident. Now, after the mother find out that Wu, who was in the temple, was able to save her boy and failed to do so. So she went to the temple, started to blame her. And after that, she learned something. She took a step back, and she learned that, not everybody she could help. And she started to set boundaries. There's one time a friend brought a Japanese friend to this temple, and this Japanese friend actually was going to start a business that he was unsure if she should start doing that. So he went to this temple, stand there in front of the god, and started to asking silently in his mind. Now, Wu at that time was in the temple, but she was like really far away outside the temple, and she can see inside this man is talking to the god. After the man finished, she come out, and Wu walked towards her and started talking to him in Japanese. Now, she never learned Japanese, but she just know. And she gave him the answer that he was asking silently to the god. And she told him directly that you're not supposed to do things that's illegal. Drop it, you should not do it. And the friend was shocked, because a friend was actually asking the god that at that time there's a very good business opportunity for him to start this business, but this business is kind of on the edge of the law. It would be violating the law if he do that. And he coming to the temple was to ask God if he should do that. And now he got it without even asking her. Hundreds of cases of Wu helping people. Basically, after she got resurrected, she's not only doing a good job for being a good wife, but also a good mother and helping people. And people were really curious about like how she is like with her husband, because, he's not really her husband, right? Basically to her, he's a stranger. She was being the role of a mother and a wife, but physically they don't do things that the couple would do. They never had a relationship like a couple would be. So they would always be never sleep together and like a close friends, I would say. And there's another very interesting thing is many people say that, before she was resurrected into this, 40 years old woman's body, the 40 years old woman's husband, people have seen whenever he was riding a bicycle, they would see this young girl, which is Zhu, sitting on the backside of his bicycle. And people would see him like, hey, you have a young girl sitting next to you, huh? And he was like, what are you guys talking about? I never had anybody sitting behind me. But he did feel sometimes it's very heavy to ride the bicycle. And that is actually the 21 days it took for Zhu to actually resurrect it into the body. And so eventually she died in 2018 when she was 97 years old. And when she died, they have the name of Mr. Wu, right? They have the name of her original name of this body, which is Wu Ling Wang Yao. But they also on the side put her name on, which is Zhu Xiu Hua. And I want to add that, when she was resurrected, the news about her coming from another person's body that was resurrected in this woman's body, the news was all over the country. So even the president at that time demanded a whole team to go down to Jinmen to do a research to see if this person really exists. This person who's named Zhu Xiu Hua, who had a family and who left the town. Is that real? And it was turned out it was all real. It did have this person. And you know what happened to the 3 fishermen, right? 2 fishermen that took her life away. And one of the fishermen that actually told them to not to. It turns out the 3 of them have different karmas. So the 2 men who was really bad got a really bad karma. Their life was just hell. And the only guy that tried to save her, even though he was not able to, his life was getting so much better. His business was getting better and better and just completely different compared to the other 2 fishermen. So yeah, karma really exists.